Hello, Leo. This is going to be an interesting reading. It's about what's going to occur with Leos. You know, the majority of Leos, Sun, Moon, and Rising, has to do with the lunar and solar eclipses, because usually fated changes happen at that time. Things get cut out, new things come in, but we're going to find out. Maybe they'll tell us a lot more of what's going on with the zodiac sign of Leo, those born under that sign, or if it's like very dominant in your chart, like you have planets in your astrology chart in Leo, you know, personal planets, that is, or actually any of them. But this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Doing the 5-card spread, go back to the Celtic Cross probably in birth, and hopefully do a year-long 21 reading for everyone. Let's see what's going on. This is Leo for Sun, Moon, and Rising. I do meditate on these cards before I even start on the video on each and every sign. It seems to work better that way. Let's see what's going on with the energies that are coming in for Leo. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Lunar, solar eclipses that are coming up. One in birth and one in birth. The effects you could feel 6 months before and 6 months after. I say it's like a month before, and it could last up to 6 months. But, you know, everybody's different in their opinions. But this is a Chariot moving forward quickly, taking control of the reins, you know, taking control of what's going forward now for Leo. Past position or hasn't happened yet. Remember, we're reading for the eclipses coming up, the Wheel of Fortune. So it's something, it's like an incoming energy, not really a past energy. But the situation's going to change, you know. The climate is going to change for you in your life, okay? In a positive way. It's in the upright. And I will be given that pick a card reading. It could have to do with love or just, you know, fated events that are coming up. But I'll have that also. What you're supposed to be working towards, or what is getting in your way, what is interfering, what you will have to go up against is the King of Swords. The King of Swords can be an air sign, but this I see as somebody whose words are kind of hurtful in some way. I think they try to be helpful and it ends up doing something different. For others, you have someone in your life that's an air sign, maybe a mature air sign, an older air sign that may not be feeling well, not feeling like themselves. So they have personally lost their employment, something happened in their life. And any card can get turned around for any reason, okay? They don't necessarily have to be mean, but when I see the King of Swords in reverse, they can get that way when they're not feeling well or something's not going on in their life very, you know, right. Tower moment, something's going to change, okay? Tower moment, don't be afraid of tower moments, fated events. That's what that lunar eclipse, it like kind of does something, it changes the situation up, and then something else comes in that is more positive. I will clarify, because it's just telling me a big change is headed your way. Something's going to happen that's going to, like I said, turn your situation around, but it may be a positive thing. We got to find out, though, for sure. No one likes the Tower because it's always unexpected. It's something always unexpected. I have to move up this. You're not going to be able to see all the cards. What is coming towards you? The Hangman in reverse. Coming out of stagnation, coming out of holding back. So maybe society is trying to come out of holding back, you know, with the politics and everything, the way they're going. That could be it too. But it could be a lot of reasons I have to clarify. The ending result, you're going to be offered something. You not like what is offered. You may find it boring, dull, not what you're expecting. But we'll find out what that's about. You are going to be offered something, but I see that maybe that's the Tower situation. Maybe because of a Tower situation. We got to find out. Let's clarify, okay? Let's clarify now. It's not straight. It's setting up new camera situations. Let's find out what's going on now. We got to find out. Not worry about the camera. I can always pan it, you know, with the software later. But we got the Wheel of Fortune here. The Wheel of Fortune, things are, let's start changing, okay? I see it as positive with the Wheel of Fortune because I read reversals and it's not reversed. I need 2 cards for the Wheel of Fortune for Leo's Sun, Moon, and Rising. The lunar eclipse reading and the solar eclipse reading. Ace of Swords. You're going to move forward pretty rapidly. We did see that Chariot. Okay, straight to the point. You're not going to accept anything. Okay, that's the 7 of Cups here. the Four Cups here. And here it's reversed, where you're not going to accept anything or do anything that's not going to help you out in life. You're going to realize when something is offered to you, you're going to turn it down flat because you've got other options that are coming in that you're going to be dealing with. So you're going to get a lot of offers. You're going to find a lot of them you're going to turn down because you got something else that's coming in that you know what you want. Okay, but still you're going to be aggravated with people offering you, like I said, things that aren't for you. That you're going to tell them no. But the King of Swords is sort of like an obstacle for you, you know. Something maybe you have to work towards. Like I said, it could be a person. Could be just an energy too. So I need the King of Swords, 2 cards for that, for Leo, Sun, and Rising. This person is feeling trapped. And they're trying to break free from something. This person is definitely going through something. And for some of you, you may be trying to break free from the King of Swords. But I feel like they're going through, I feel this, that whoever you're dealing with or whatever you're dealing with, they're going to be going through the ringer themselves. And maybe they need some support because they're trying to break free from a negative situation. Something be oppressive. And when it comes to negative situations, it could be addictions, obsessions, trying to unchain yourself from something. And you hear about maybe the tower that is going to happen. You're going to hear about the King of Swords, something about them. So I need 2 cards for the tower. Leo. World card. Wow. Page of Rods. You're going to get a message, definitely. Has something to do with a karmic situation. But the world is all the time is karma. But it's also where you're going to end something and start something totally new. Just like I said, what the reading's about. The lunar eclipse is coming in, maybe cutting something out, something unexpected. You end something, and then you start something else or over. You're going to get a passionate message. You're going to get, and some of you maybe, this could be you, but you could also be dealing with another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I see it as passionate messages coming in pretty quickly. Outside environment, the Hangman. It's in reverse. Well, let's find out what it is. Hopefully it's the outside world, and it could be the way it is right now with, you know, everything going on, the elections, politics, society, trying to get everything back up in even keel. So the Hangman in reverse. I need 2 cards, please. Leo. The Empress. Yeah, the growth is very, very slow out there, but money will improve. But it's going to be slow coming, you know. We've got the 4 of Pentacles where money starts building up again, wealth. It could also be that you start being able to save money again. But the outside world is kind of slow still. There's still growth to be made, as everybody already knows this. But it's just telling you what you're going to be experienced during this time. But I do feel that you'll be able to save more money, that more money will come in, and society's money will slowly improve. But at the very end, you're going to be offered something. Remember I said with that 7 of Cups, same way, you know, these are like any offers or options that you'll be receiving that you're not like. Then someone's actually going to hand you something or give you something. So I need 2 cards for the 4 of Cups for Leo, for the ending energy, and then I'll do that pick a card reading. Some of it may be love, some of it may be different. But I need 2 cards for the final energy here for Leo. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles offer you something. 3 of Cups. Okay. I think you're going to get an offer from the Knight of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. We're reading for the masses, you know, so it could be any of those earth signs or earth-type energy. So a lot of earth in their chart. And they want to go out and celebrate. But I think the way they're offering it is going to be a little bit of a turn-off at first. I'm not saying you're not going to, well, you say no, or you say what you want out of it. I think they're going to come across wrong or expect this of you. You're also kind of the hermit. You've gone within. You're thinking about your next move of what is going to occur during these lunar eclipses. And I will be giving another reading for, you know, this is for the lunar and solar. But as we go on, we're going to feel like in the solar eclipses, what is coming in for you. We do know you're going to cut something out. You're going to think about it intensely. Maybe even pray about it and contemplate. Just don't be in hermit mode too long. And it could be that's why you turn somebody down. There's something going on in your life, or will be. But I do feel like the Knight of Pentacles is going to offer you something. They're going to say, let's go out and, you know, have a beer or whatever. Or let's go out and do what we need to do, enjoy ourselves. You know, things of that nature. So let's do the pick a card reading. We'll use romance cards first. Sometimes it doesn't tell us about romance on here, but I'm asking for it for Leo, Sun, and Rising. do feel like someone's going to offer you to go out and have lunch or brunch or whatever, dinner with them. But I need 3 cards for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the pick a card reading. Okay. Like I said, I do meditate on these before I even start on the video. You have to get that energy in there. And I like to shuffle in front of you. So you see me shuffle in front of you. Let's get 3 cards. Oh, these are big cards. And this is called the Black Moon Astrology. And I thought it was very fitting because we're doing the lunar eclipses and the solar. But let's see what this got to say. Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising about their lives. It's something fated usually. Something that is going to happen, you know. And what you can do with it to prepare yourself for or to go with it, you know. These are hard to shuffle. Big cards, but pretty. They're very, very pretty, you know. Hopefully I don't got these backwards. These I don't read in reversal. Because you really don't have to. I'm just giving you like advice, you know, or feel the oracle cards. And I'm also using the Moonology again. The Moonology is a good deck. And of course, it's also fitting for what's going on in the world today, or the lunar eclipses that are coming up, or the lunar eclipse, and then the solar eclipse. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Tell us what they're going to expect. Pick a card reading coming up. Basically for, you know, and a little bit after that. If you're wondering what these are, this is the Morgan Greer deck, and this is Rider-Waite. Okay, if you pick this section, you know I try to bring them all together, but like I said, these are the lunar energies and the solar energies. So it could be a little bit different this time. We'll see. If I feel like to bring them all together for secondary energies, I will, or I will try to. But this is, if you pick this section, you know, get your feel for it. Let's see what it has to say for Leo here. You're going to get to know somebody. It's better that maybe you're going to take it slow. I do feel like someone's going to offer to take you out to dinner and stuff, and maybe you're just going to like, I need to get to know you better. I'm just not going to put myself out there for a lot of you. But someone forced the issue with you, okay? Some push it, and that's maybe why you're not liking what they have to offer. It's the way they're coming across. And conclusions are within reach with this situation. You'll decide whether or not you want to deal with this person or not. I see the 4 cups where you say no, but you'll come to a conclusion on this person. You're going to say, I want to get to know you first. They're going to say, well, how are you going to get to know me unless you go out with me? Well, I just not don't, you know, like to take it slow. So someone's going to offer you something. You tell them, I'm going to take it slow, like I said, and they get a little antsy with you or something. If you pick this section, there's deception out there for you, Leo. Someone's going to be lying to you, okay? Someone's going to have a fake face, you know. They're going to be fake. Yeah, they're escaping. They got things hidden, okay? Something's hidden with them, and it could be addictions, okay? Remember we discussed that earlier. They're not telling you everything, okay? And this is as a personal issue reaches a resolution. Something's going to come to a head, and then you're going to fix it, and it's going to be done with, okay? And it has to do with a love situation. Someone's going to be lying to you, and you're going to find out about it, and you're going to, you know, decide what you want to do with it, and you will. You pick this section when it comes to relationships or life. These are fated events, lunar event, you know, release your ex. Some of you are dealing with an ex that has a major problem. And it could be anything. I think it has to do with not holding on so much, not thinking about them so much. People think, well, it means I have to get rid of them for good. No. Right now is about releasing it so you can grow. And I think a lot of you are going to hear something about an ex or something of that nature, okay? You're going to hear something about them, and you're going to analyze. You're going to do that hermit card. You're going to analyze what's going on. You're going to go within, and it doesn't have to be the hermit card. It could be any. Well, it is, but it isn't. You're going to go within. That's what I'm going to say. You're going to look. You're going to think it over. You're going to really ponder on it, because something's going to happen. You're going to hear something that's going to change your world a bit, and maybe. I feel like you're possibly dealing with 2 different people coming up, or one of them you could hear about an ex, and another is going to offer you something, you know, another person. And that may be why you're like, I can't do this right now for whatever reason. And your commitment is being tested in a situation where you want to go in life, not necessarily in relationships, okay? Commitment and where you're wanting to go. So something's going to challenge you a little bit. But I do see, like I said, the Wheel of Fortune there. So don't be too bothered by it. I think you're going to move forward. It's just that things are going to hear things are offered to you, And it's going to, you know, surprise you a little, but I see that you're going forward with something else have to do with your life in general, finances, employment, your career, just life in general you're going for. But all this is going to happen in the mix. And I think that's why I see like the hermit type cards where you're going within, contemplating, pondering where your next move in life was going to be. And you turn situations down that you don't have time for right away because you're going to hear something, okay? And it's something that you have dealt with before also, and you're going to hear a message that's going to leave you surprised, unexpected, a little shocked in some way. But I also see you moving forward with your life, and the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor when it comes to life in general. But like I said, things are making a little bit in the way also. Not that it's going to stop you, it's just going to preoccupy you a little bit. So you want to focus on where you want to go in life and realize that you're going to tell someone you're going to want to get to know you. You're going to find out their deceptions, could be an ex. I do feel like there's two different people here that bringing these all together, okay? I do feel like you are dealing with two different people where one wants to go out with you, like I said, okay? But you're going to be like, let's wait a bit, you know, because, and don't be pushy. They're going to maybe a little pushy and even get a little angry with you. But you're dealing with deceptive situations, and someone is escaping into the 12th house. Someone be overindulging when it comes to the beverage. You know, I can't, you know, go deep into it, not on this platform. But you will reach a conclusion where you want to go. Like I said, in lunar eclipse, they cut things out that needs to be done, and I do see that's where you're coming to conclusion and resolution, and you're being tested in some way, because I do see your life improving overall, but I do feel like people are testing you, you know. But it says release your ex. Don't ponder on them too much, because I do see you're going forward with something else, okay? I'm just saying, focus on that. Don't let the world mess up your situation as it is. Don't let them get too much in the way of your prosperity, which I know is coming up for Leo, okay? I'm going to let this go. I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.